Hey, what's up guys? I'm Praetorian and welcome to Imperator Rome. So I am super excited to jump into this. This is the first Paradox game that we've had in a long time, and I do mean PDS, Paradox Development Studio, not the publisher Paradox. This is the first Paradox game that we've had since, good God, I think it's Hearts of Iron 4 back in June of 2016. So it has been a long time since we've gotten a game from them, a new game. So really excited to hop into this. I wanted to go ahead and start by just kind of explaining my experience with the game so that you guys know exactly where I'm coming from and how experienced I am with it, which is not very. So I got the game, I think, a little bit less than a week ago, and I have only 5 hours in the game so far. I started a little campaign that I did as Rome. Unfortunately, this was a super hectic week between, covering another series on the channel, real life work. And then, I've been having some medical issues that many of you guys know about that have been kind of bad this week that I've been kind of dealing with. So between all of that, I just have not had a lot of time to play, unfortunately. So I'm probably coming into this with a little bit less experience than some of the other YouTubers who've had it for the same amount of time as me. So I did play those 5 hours. I've also read all the developer diaries. I read them all when they first were released, and then when I got the game, I went ahead and read them all one more time to kind of refamiliarize myself with all the mechanics. And then I also took a look at the code. One of the first things I do whenever I get a new Paradox game is I jump into the code. Being a modder, I like seeing how things work. I like seeing what we can change and what we can do. So yeah, I spent maybe about a good hour or two looking at the code. So, I'm a little bit familiar with the game overall. And also I should say that this game is like super familiar in a way because it is a lot like EU4. It feels a lot like EU4. A lot of the mechanics clearly took inspiration from EU4, and when I say EU4, I mean Europa Universalis 4, which makes sense. Johan was the one of the lead developers on the game. He was also one of the lead developers on EU4 for a very long time, including when it was in its initial stages. So it's expected that they're going to be very similar. But I think you guys might be surprised, those of you who play EU4, just how familiar many of the mechanics are. And I've played hundreds and hundreds of hours, maybe 1,000 hours or so in EU4. I don't know, played a lot, as well as other Paradox games. So I feel like this should be a pretty good playthrough, even if I don't have like a ton of experience in the game overall. So let's go and start a new game, guys. We're gonna be playing. I guess we'll wait till we get into the map here. I had a lot of difficulty picking who to play for our first campaign on the channel. I know a lot of people are going to be playing as Rome. That's who I played as for my first little playthrough. And I didn't want to start as them for our first campaign on the channel because I think everybody else is going to be playing as them. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. We eventually will play Rome though, guys. So after deciding not to play as Rome, I knew I was going to have to play as one of the successor states of Alexander, the Diadochi, one of his generals. And I am going to go into a little bit of a history lesson. Hopefully it doesn't get too long, but after I did the CK2 series where I had that, I think we had like, good God, it was like 12-15 minute little intro on the history of our dynasty. And a lot of people really seem to like that. And I kind of have shied away from going too much into history in my series. But after that, I think we will kind of, work it into this one a little bit, particularly here in the intro. So if you're not interested in the history, you're familiar with it, which I do know that a lot more people are going to be familiar with the history over here, considering the fact that it's a little bit more known, especially among history buffs, than when we were playing as some small dynasty here in France. So I think it's going to be a little more familiar. So if you want to skip past it, and then go ahead and do so. But I did want to go into it for those who are not familiar with the setup, maybe not familiar with this period of history. And before I do, I should go ahead and put my qualifications up there because I do have a history degree. However, my history degree, it's a BA. It was not focused on this period of history. My degree was focused on early modern Europe, to be specific. And antiquity, I think I want to say I only took 2 classes my entire time in university on this period. I took like a kind of very broad one that covered essentially the entire period, but mostly focused on Rome. Basically tried to cover the whole period in one semester, so it wasn't as focused as you might want for a course. And then the other one was a humanities course, which humanities covers the arts, so paintings, sculptures, writings, poetry, all that kind of stuff. And that was very focused, obviously. So I did learn a lot about the arts. It's not really something that I really typically enjoy studying, but it was required for the degree that you take a certain amount of humanities courses, so I took one on this period. So once again, I don't have a degree in the period, but I have done a lot of studying on it. So I would like to go ahead and talk about it a bit, because it's easily my second favorite period of time, after early modern. So the essential setup here is that these are the Diadochi. They are the successors of Alexander. This is not the first setup that we had after the partition of Babylon, because a lot of things have happened since then. Obviously, Alexander died a few decades ago. Well, not quite 2 decades ago, but so essentially we have a little bit different setup than what happened after that first partition, where we had Perdiccas here in Babylon was set up as the regent. The empire was all split up there in the partition. Ptolemy got Egypt. We have Antigonus. He was assigned here in Asia Minor. He didn't have all the territory he's got now. And then, he wasn't in the first partition, so we won't look at him. Macedon was Cassandra's father. And then Lysimachus was here in Thrace. Now, I do apologize if I mispronounce anything. As many of you guys already know, I am not great with pronunciation. I've always had a speech problem that I have dealt with, and I think I've improved a lot on it, but I still have a lot of issues. I have a lot of problems saying just stuff in English, let alone other languages. So I do apologize if I mispronounce anything. Just let me know down in the comments so that I don't keep mispronouncing it. Just don't be a dick about it, of course. And this period is a very difficult time period for me when it comes to pronouncing things. So just wanted to put that out there. But Lysimachus, he was over here in Thrace. We had a few more as well, but the point is they ended up fighting each other, and Perdiccas ended up being murdered by one of his generals, or 3 of his generals to be specific, but here's one of them, and this is Seleucus. So that resulted in a new partition. That's the partition of Triparadisus, or the Treaty of Triparadisus, whatever you want to call it. And then it kind of resulted in kind of a setup of what we have here. Of course, there's some more wars as well that happened because these guys are always fighting each other. So we had to choose between which one of these 5 essentially. These are the main 5 here that we wanted to pick between. Now, I decided on Ptolemy, as you already know from the thumbnail and the name of the series here. We're going to be playing as Ptolemy in Egypt. And the reason why I chose him is because he's kind of, I don't know, he's not really a favorite among historians. The rock stars of this period are easily Antigonus and Seleucus, for good reason. These guys were the ambitious ones. They were the ones who were seeking to replace Alexander. They wanted to build a massive empire and maybe become the new Alexander in a way. You could say Cassandra also wanted to do that as well, but he wasn't very successful in that. He had a lot of trouble for the most part. So these guys are the 2, kind of for historians anyway, the 2 big rock stars. So I didn't want to play as them. I feel like Ptolemy doesn't get enough credit for what he did do because he was such a cautious guy, and he was really only seeking to establish himself in a good base of operations here in Egypt and just kind of solidify his power here, and he did a fantastic job with that. Obviously, I'm not going to go too much into what happened later after this period with these guys, but I feel like Ptolemy did a great job of it. Of course, they were still ruling when Rome came here, many, many years later, hundreds of years later. They were still in control. The Ptolemies were. Cleopatra, she was in control of here. And so, yeah, I think he did do exactly that. He did solidify his dynasty's hold on the region. So we're going to go play as him. You'll notice I didn't really mention anything about Lysimachus when we were talking about this here. And that's mainly because he didn't do anything for quite a while in the wars because he was kind of dealing with the, I guess they would call them barbarians at the time. He was dealing with them up here in the north. So he wasn't as involved until a little bit later in the conflicts. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. We're going to hop in here as Ptolemy, and this should be exciting. We do have a little bit of event here. In Babylon 18 years ago, Alexander died suddenly at 32. His continuing military successes had reshaped the world from Egypt to the Indus. The shock of Alexander's death and his lack of chosen successor sent shockwaves through the hierarchy of the satraps and generals who attended him, splintering his empire in elements ruled by the Diadochi. For many years, they and their successors have been locked in a bitter struggle for the future of the empire and drawing all nations into the conflict. The wars of the Diadochi will surely continue. Perhaps it is up to Egypt to decide how they will end. So I think that's enough of the history for right now, but we're going to continue talking about the history. Of course, I'd love to talk about Ptolemy, things he did, and specifically his sons. I really kind of want to talk about those. successors to him. We'll do that as we play. Let's go ahead and actually jump into the game because I know you guys want to see some stuff here. So once again, you guys are going to notice, those of you who are familiar with E4, a lot of familiar elements up here on top. We have the return of mana power, except for there's an additional one. You know, have religious power up here, stability, manpower, and treasury. I mean, it's a lot of aggressive expansion. Tyranny wasn't in EU, but a lot of similar aspects, guys, that you will notice here. So, I also have legitimacy as well as a monarchy. I guess we'll go and like dip through the screens for you guys that are. And I was saying before, the damn motorcycle really interrupted me. Sorry, I am recording this in the evening, guys. So we're gonna have lots of loud vehicles going by as everybody comes home from work and stuff. So I do apologize for the sounds. I'll try and cut out the worst ones. What I was saying is we're gonna try and go through all the screens for those of you guys who are unfamiliar. So we are gonna need to pick ideals here. I want to say we might want to do that here in the beginning to get these nice little bonuses here. But we'll wait to do that one because I'm not sure if there's anything else that I might want to do with that first. Also, WASD keys, guys. This is only the second Paradox game, Stellaris being the first, that you can actually move around the map with WASD, which is fantastic. Finally, Paradox has been welcomed into the 21st century. So yeah, this is great. I love it. Let's go ahead and go through these screens. So we have our government here. These are all the different positions that we can assign people to. Each one has a different benefit based on the traits. Each one of the skills do have two different positions assigned to them. They all do different stuff. So this one is for aggressive expansion change. This one here is for reduced cost for sacrifice to the gods. The mercenary maintenance here will be reduced. Morale of armies increased. This is omen power, monthly legitimacy. And these positions are all different based on which government you have, by the way. Then national tax modifier, and then this is for health, increased health of our characters. Here's our legitimacy right down here. Here's our successor. This is Ptolemy I Soter's son, Ptolemy Keranos. So Keranos is definitely a character I really want to talk about eventually because he's really fun. We'll probably call him Ptolemy when he becomes our heir, if we let him become our heir, or maybe we'll do something that happened historically. I don't know. But I really want to talk about him. We'll do that later in the campaign. And then also we can see the possible successors. Now we have a succession support of 1,000 here, so pretty high succession support, of course, because he's our firstborn child. But you'll notice like everybody's supporting him, so hopefully shouldn't have any issues. But one thing I'm noticing is that he has very, very low loyalty. It might be something that we want to deal with a little bit later on. Oh shit, I went to our character. Didn't want to do that. All right, so this is the government screen. Here's military screen where we look at the traditions, you can see your stats and stuff, and then technology. We'll be getting these here in a minute. Religion, economy, can kind of change your policies here for the economy. And then we have diplomacy, the decisions. This seems mostly changing your government, but there are a few interesting ones here unique to Egypt, like building the lighthouse. If we can put together 1,200 gold. And then reuniting Alexander's empire would be another one, though that's a more long-term one because you do need control of quite a few territories that we don't have. So I don't know if we'll even go that route. We'll have to see. Here's the trade overview, your characters, and you can look at the families that are in your country. And it seems that we do have some scorned families, of course. Not too happy with us. You can see all your scorned families right here. And that does result in a modifier on all the loyalties for everybody in that family. And that just basically means that they are not happy with the positions that their family members have. They don't have enough positions in your government. And then here's the mercenary screen. So that's a good look of it. Let's go ahead and start knocking these out up here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get one of the omens. You can also use your religious power to increase the stability. This would require 272, and then we're at 1 right now, and that's fine. We're going to use it to go ahead and get an omen knocked out. So I think that the best one for us early on here, just take a look. I think we're going to do something that gives us a little bit of money. We're making far more money from taxes. I think we're going to go ahead and do one that increases taxes for right now. I think that would be the best option. The discipline one is not great. That's 1.3% discipline. That's not a lot. So I don't think that that's going to be all that beneficial to us. So let's do taxes. We're going to do the Blessing of Hades. As far as inventions go, we're going to go ahead and probably spend all of our civic power on this. I don't know if there's too many other uses with civic power. I haven't seen too many of them. There's a couple, but for the most part, this is what you use your civic power for. You get the technologies. The inventions, excuse me. The way technology works is you have researchers here, much like in Stellaris, and they slowly progress the research here. Here's your current speed right now. And there's different things that can affect this, of course. You have your research points, your efficiency up there, all that kind of good stuff. And then once you get the next level, it gives you, each one of these gives you little modifiers. So if we looked at the martial one, this would give us, the next level would give us, more morale for our armies and navies. Military traditions will cost less, but our maintenance does go up for the navy and army. And then each one does that. So as you go from level 1 to 2 and 3, so on, and they each have different modifiers as well. And the main thing they do, though, is they unlock new inventions for you to get. So let's go and knock out some inventions. We can get 2 right now. So let's see which ones we want to do. I'm going to want something that probably helps out our military. That one might be all right. That'd help us get the military tech a little bit quicker. And more money is always good as well. Just trying to see which one we want the most here. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the Army Morale Recovery, something for our military. And then let's do something for our... Yeah, let's do something for the taxes here. So let's go and get more tax money, because we are making far more in taxes than we are in commerce. So definitely going to focus on modifiers that give that. So we got one trade route right here that we can get assigned. So what do we have in our capital area here? Just taking a look. So we currently have 2 trade routes, this one here and this one here, that we can get assigned. So trade routes are pretty important, getting these set up. So let's go and get our capital taken care of first. The capital region is the most important one, capital province, I suppose. I'm going to talk about these a little bit different because this is a different period. So normally province would be each one of these little places here. In this one, these are called cities. So each one of these are going to be called cities. And then rather than typically where this is called the big region, it's called a state, it's called a province in here because, that's the Roman naming. So it's going to be a little bit different, guys. So to avoid confusion, just try and make that clear. This big region is the province. These are each the cities. So your capital province is the most important for trade routes because you get extra modifiers here. So we're going to want to go and get something set up, though it doesn't look like there's any additional trade routes here, but that's unfortunate. What about over here? And there's none. All right, not entirely sure. Whoa, didn't mean to click on that. Not entirely sure why there's no trade routes available. All right, that's a shame. Oh, that's right. You set up trade routes with the civic power. All right, that makes sense. I completely forgot about that. Civic power is used for the trade routes as well. But I think it was good to get the techs. We'll get the trade routes here in a little bit. It shouldn't take us long to build that up. So that's fine. And there actually are a few things I want to do here, change these up, what we currently have. We might change these because they're focusing on local citizen happiness, so we might change those. And I want to say we're just about done with our initial setup. We can go and start preparing for our first conflict. So the first conflict is going to be against these guys right over here. They used to be under Ptolemy's control. They ended up breaking free. And he did historically work on getting them back under his control, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to focus on them before we end up going to war over here with our arch enemy, which is, of course, the one-eye general, Antigonus. Excuse me, Antigonus. So we're going to go ahead and move our army over here. One problem, though, is the lack of supply. There's not a lot of supply there. So we will go ahead and split the army into 2, and the makeup of the army is, in fact, very important. So we can just split these in half, I suppose, because, this is fine. What we're going to want to do is just take like 5 of each, since they are kind of broken down fairly even right now. And almost there. And we just need a horsey. All right, awesome. So we're going to take these guys, move them over to here. Then we're going to take the other army and then move them over to here. We are going to need to build more troops for this army. We're going to put them right there. If you guys want to see our current fortification setup here, I don't know all of the hotkeys yet. Obviously, have not played anywhere near enough time to learn all the hotkeys by heart yet. There's one for fortifications, though. We're going to find that. You'd think it'd look like a fort. Right there. There we go. So this is the current fortification setup. It has a very similar zone of control system to EU4. So these are the forts, and then they control the provinces around them. You can't go through them without taking over you can't go past them at the very least without taking over the fortification. So we have one there, but there is a way that they can get through here. However, they can't get through here without taking that fortification. Over here, same thing. We got a fortification right there, kind of blocking this route. Down here in the south, not so much. Only one fortification there, so might need to work on getting further fortifications. We do have, if we want to look at the political situation, we do have possible enemies down here. This is one of our subjects. They're a client state. It's kind of a little buffer state between us and Kush. And then we also have some client states, or they're not client states, they're another system. We're gonna have to go into political mode. And this is gonna be a real pain, not knowing all the hotkeys. So this is one of them, and they are considered a feudatory. Feudatories are specific for a country that shares the same culture group as you. So that's one of ours, and then we have another one right here. And I believe that those are all of our current subjects. So we have these two here, and then the one down in the south, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's all of them. All right, so that's kind of a breakdown of our political situation. Now, of course, our natural ally and the historical ally for a long time would be Seleucus, and that's who I'd like to ally with, but he's not an option, so we can't do that. Maybe ally with Macedon? Is that an option? That is not. And that's because he's a different, he is a regional power while we're a major power, so we wouldn't be able to ally with him. We do have a guarantee for him and for Thrace. So I suppose there's no strong allies that we'll be able to get. That's good to know. We'll keep that in mind. And I'm going to say we're done. Let's go and get it started, guys. Let's let our troops move, then we'll kind of build up the armies once they get there. We're just going to put this on speed 5. A lot of speed 5 playing, kind of like an EU4, guys. We're going to taste a little bit of attrition all the way over there. We do have pretender support, and we have an envoy over here from the Hellenistic regional power. Okay, that's these guys over here. And we don't want to do anything with them because we're going to go conquer them. Let me see if I even could. We might need to get a claim. It doesn't look like we have one yet. All right, so we are going to have to go ahead and make a claim against them so we don't lose stability for lack of a CB. And that's going to be in the covert actions, and I'm glad I didn't use our power there because, yeah, we're going to need it to fabricate the claim here. And then as far as which one we're going to fabricate the claim on, I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to try and conquer all of them. But yeah, we'll go and get it there. All right, so we're going to work on that, and can't really do anything else just yet. And all right. So we got a little special event, the Wars of the Diadochi. Having built the largest empire the world has ever seen, Alexander died suddenly 10 years ago. With no clear successor to the empire, his general, or Diadochi, his successors, have since fought over Alexander's spoils. As one of Alexander's oldest friends, our ruler Ptolemy has secured the wealthiest province in the empire, Egypt, for himself. There's going to be a ton of cuts today, guys. Good God, the motorcycles are so bad. I don't know why everybody's got to have a motorcycle in my neighborhood, but yeah, this is a terrible time to record. But expansion into Greece and Syria has, however, been thwarted by Antigonus, with the entire Egyptian fleet crushed at the recent Battle of Salamis. Antigonus is perhaps the most successful. I don't know if I pronounced that right, by the way. Antigonus is perhaps the most successful of successors, but success breeds enemies, and now he stands alone, vulnerable. This is a great opportunity if only we can secure allies to oppose him. So we would have gained some claims. Empire belongs to the strongest. All right, so this gets us claims so that we can all fight each other. All right, good to know. One thing I do want to go ahead and take a look at, we'll let this play as we do it, as our armies move and all that kind of stuff. I want to see if there's anything we can do here other than giving him free hands. Maybe a position or something? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if there's anything we can do. We can try and find a spouse for him. Have him marry his sister, which we do have. That might actually be what we want to do. Have him marry his sister. Because we do have the laws that'll let us do that, because we've already adopted the Egyptian succession laws. So, yeah, I assume we'll go ahead and marry him off to his sister. That makes sense. Let's do it. You shall marry your sister, and you shall make many babies. So we can also bribe him to gain a bit of loyalty as well. That didn't increase much loyalty, unfortunately. It does look like it's taken up, though, so it might get a little bit higher. I don't really want to bribe him. All right, so yeah, there's no real way to deal with that. And these guys are asking for salt. We do need to make sure that they can't ask for anything that would result in us losing our bonuses in the capital. So I believe We need to switch that over. We need to block surplus ones. So let's take a look at what this one is. This is, they want some of our salt from Libya, and it would gain us a bonus. Exporting does give you bonuses. A lot of people really don't like that. They try to give you a reason to actually export your goods, but it doesn't make any sense. That trading away a resource would then result in you getting nice benefits. So they do have that. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's one element of it. And I want to say that we can do this without, I think it notifies you if you give up any bonuses. So there's no real reason to not trade for it, with the exception of then you lose it in the province. Let's see, what is it? This is in Libya here. So that gives us, currently this is giving us local fort defense. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go ahead and accept that offer. Get the army maintenance cost and help us out financially. A feast for Marcus. All right, who's Marcus? I love that it tells you when you hover over him who these people are. He's the head of a family. He's also one of our governors. So he's holding a celebration in honor of their much beloved governor. Oh, the city is, the residents there. And it is nice to see our approved candidates validated in such a way. So we can say he doesn't deserve it, or we can say on with the celebrations. We'll increase his popularity and his prominence, I think, as well. Yeah, it does increase his prominence. His popularity gets a bit higher. And the local tribesmen will be happier. And he becomes kind. All right, yeah, we'll go and do that. We'll say lovely. And is there anything I need to be worried about up here? Not really. Can't really do anything with the trade routes just yet. So this guy's over here. We're going to be declaring war probably as soon as he gets there. We do have to wait for him to gain back his men because he took attrition all the way over there. I want to say he can go there and not get attrition. Maybe not. Looks like we do. Huh. I thought with the supply limit we'd be okay. Apparently that is not the case. I mean, he is building his numbers back up, though, it seems. No, he's actually losing numbers. Why is that? Huh, that's interesting because we should be getting enough supply. Oh, because it's a desert, there's a maximum supply, attrition, so you're going to take attrition no matter what. All right, so we might as well go ahead and declare war. I don't know if this is enough troops, guys, but I guess we'll find out. So I don't think they have any allies, and we're not going to call ours in. You can't avoid calling in subject allies in this game. Okay, whatever, it's fine. Let's go and declare war. Try and get these guys conquered. This is very much a war game, guys. It's a huge focus of the game. I do need to give them a general, by the way. So let's go ahead and do that. Give them a commander. Ptolemy will not be commanding these troops. He's going to be commanding on the other side. Though we don't really have any other commanders. Well, isn't that kind of unfortunate? Yeah, we have no other commanders. All of these guys are garbage. You would have thought we'd have somebody decent, but we do not. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to go with one of the shittier ones because I want Ptolemy on the other side. It makes more sense to have him over there. All right, so we'll go ahead and bring this guy in then. And hopefully he does a good job. He's loyal enough. And, yeah, it didn't really matter. I suppose we could have picked somebody who was a member of a scorned family. I suppose that probably would have made a little bit of sense. We'll try and pay a little bit better attention when I assign them next time. So let's go ahead and get these guys moving. This is a fortification that we will have to go and take. It's actually the capital of the province there, so I'm pretty sure we have to take it. I'm not entirely sure if that starts with a fortification or not. All right, so these guys are over here. They're not taking attrition anymore. This is where Ptolemy is going to be. Let's go ahead and assign him now. And then we're going to get him some more troops as well because this is not going to be enough. Not even close. So camel troops, what are they actually good against? How are they different between these guys here? Just taking a look, with the light cavalry, of course, is what I'm comparing them to. Because it's what we currently have here. So they're not as good against archers. And they're not as good against chariots. But they're not as bad against the heavy cavalry and the heavy infantry. Okay, so that's what it seems like. Basically, not as good as modifiers against, what they share, what they're good against. But better modifiers against what they're crappy against. So yeah, probably want to get some camels since we can. So we'll build a couple camel units. I want to get this up to like 20,000, I suppose. I don't know how large our enemies' armies are. Let's build some camels. And then we're going to go ahead and get some heavy cavalry as well, since we don't have any of that. And then if we wanted to reduce attrition, we could also get like a light infantry, because how much attrition they take, you'll notice that there's a bit of weight there on how much they cost when it comes to the supply. So could do that as well, just to get a. They're not very good though. Light cavalry or light infantry is pretty garbage overall. So you know what? Let's go ahead and do. I feel like we got a lot of cavalry. Let's go ahead and do another infantry unit then. Oh, we can't build. We can't build heavy infantry. Interesting. We need to get some iron then. well, let's go ahead and do that then. Let's go and see if we can't trade for a bit of iron then. In probably the closest place to the front that has a... Here we go. Do it right here. Let's go ahead and trade for some iron here. Oh, we can't. Nobody has any iron available for trading. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and take a look here and see... You know what I'm going to do with this trade route? We're going to go ahead and get wood, because I believe we can't build any ships. Let me just double check on that. Our fleet, as that event said, was destroyed, so we are not able to build any ships, if I'm not mistaken, because we don't have wood. Yeah, no wood available, so therefore we cannot build ships. So trading for wood would be really useful, and we'll use it here to get the wood. So let's get, what does this one give? This gives discipline if we have it in the capital. That would be useful, having that in the capital, so we can get better ships, because Navy's kind of be a little bit important, I think. Yeah, we'll go and trade for the wood here. All right, so let's go and set up a wood trade. And then I'm not really pleased with what we're currently trading for, because we're going 2 for local city happiness when there's so many other things that we currently need. So let's go ahead and actually stop trading for one of these. I'm just kind of basing it on who we're trading with. We won't trade with Carthage anymore. Let's go ahead and cancel that. So we won't get that any longer. I feel like happiness is probably fine. Yeah, I mean, everybody's happy enough, I suppose. So other than the slaves, but you know, who can blame them? And that'll give us another trade route so we can get something else set up over here. Could try and get some elephant troops. That'd be pretty cool. But you know what we'll do? Once again, we're going to trade for those kind of things here on closer to the front, slightly close to the front anyway. Let's get stuff that's going to be like helpful for our economy over here. And we're going to want to do, we got a lot of grain, so we don't need to worry about growth. As you guys can see, this is what we currently have here. So we're pretty solid on growth. So we don't need that. We already have a happiness one, so we're not going to go for that. Probably going to want to go for something that gives us either a bonus for our economy and technology or for our military. So I mean, tech is always important in any Paradox game, so I almost think we should go with Papyrus. However, what I didn't realize is we don't have enough civic power to do 2, and I absolutely want to get iron over here, because this is the only other place I think we have an extra trade route. So let's go and get the iron going here now, because I think it's pretty important that we're able to build. Let's go with... doesn't really matter. Both from the same people. So let's go and go with that so that we can get ourselves heavy infantry here. Oops, nope, I don't want to do that. My bad, clicking on the wrong shit over here. Recruit to army. So that should allow us to now build some heavy infantry. All right, excellent. So we're going to get that built up. See how these guys are doing. Remember, we are at conflict. We'll go ahead and bring this speed down a little bit, down to speed 4. We do have this. No, we don't have to siege them down. This is not a fortification. Excellent. All right, so we'll go ahead and knock that out, grab that for ourselves. And I almost want to just go ahead and go straight at the capital. That seems like it'd be the most useful way to do this. But let's go ahead and slowly take these down here. It's only a couple of months to get them all. So we'll go ahead and grab them all up. It does suck that we're facing so much attrition here because of it being a desert. Though, these are plains, so we can actually maybe build it back up if we can find a place right here. This is where we'll build our troops back up. All right, and we did get some slaves going to Alexandria as well, going to the capital. When you take provinces, you do take some of the population as slaves. They get sent to your capital. Slaves are like stupidly useful in this game, like really, really useful. They are your primary way of getting tax money. They give you quite a bit of tax. So getting new slaves is a good thing in the game. So let's go ahead and get the trade route set up over here. And I am going to do Papyrus. I think that's the best one for as far as research goes. And I do want to make sure that we always stay ahead on research. Like I said, I don't have enough experience in the game to say how important in this particular game tech is, but it's almost always really important. So I think it would be a good idea to do it. So this is actually, we were actually trading with ourselves on one of those. Okay, well that's a bummer. It's not quite how I wanted to do that then. I didn't really want to trade with ourselves. I want to trade with somebody else. I think that it's more profitable trading with other people. So never mind, we won't do that one. I take it back. We could do cloth. That gives oratory tech investments. So that's one option. Trying to see other ones that give research bonuses. This one does earthenware. Gives a little bit of a research bonus. I don't know how high that is. Just see if there's anything else. These are all military bonuses. All right, let's do earthenware and see. Yeah, there are some people to trade with. right, so we'll do Babylonia. All right, so getting that nice research bonus over there, and I think we have one more, province that has a trade route that we can get set up once we get the civic power for it. All right, so letting these guys kind of build back up since they did take, those casualties from the attrition. And yeah, this will allow us to kind of build back up here since we're no longer in the desert. So we'll grab that up. Once again, I have no idea how large their army is over here, so we'll just have to see. It does take a little while to get your troops there. Now there is a button here, if I can find it. Where is it? Unit reorganization. So this here does cost military power. And we can't do it because we don't own the city. You have to be in a city you own. And that does allow you to reinforce a little bit quicker because it actually does take a long time to reinforce in this game compared to other Paradox games. Berenice inspires the army. Morale was beginning to waver at the camp when Berenice stood up before the assembled soldiers and gave an inspiring speech. She convinced all who were present that the odds of battle were on their side using her extensive knowledge of military tactics. When the soldiers marched the next day, they did so with the confidence that their victory was assured. All right, so she gains a bit of. She's the consort and wife of our of Ptolemy, and she does gain a bit of popularity and increased morale of our armies. Awesome. So we get in a battle here. They should perform a little bit better. The envoy, we have an envoy from one of the states here that wants to trade for our leather, and we're not currently exporting it. So what does the leather give and which province is it in? It's in Libya, so I'm absolutely fine with probably trading, I suppose. And because it gives, cohort recruit speed, which we don't really need. So let's go and accept that. Get a little bit of money. Gives us a bit of commerce money. I'm almost thinking that we're going to go and build the lighthouse early here, guys, because why would you not? That's in decisions, by the way. If I can find that. Here we go. Why would you not build it? I don't know exactly what it does. The building of the lighthouse begins. Oh, I got an army trying to take our back here. All right, well, let's go and attack them then. Get these guys dealt with. Really, we have a crappy general. We do need to go ahead and take a look at our current tactic. So right now we're using the shock action. We'll have to see which one's more effective. The effectiveness is not great. The effectiveness is based on the type of troops that you have in your army. So we're only at 32% here, so not fantastic. Not good at all. So we probably want to go with one of these three. Which one we want to go with is going to be largely depend on what their units here have. So they have a little bit of light infantry and a little bit of light cavalry, heavy cavalry, and archers. So we want something against heavy cavalry and archers. So let's take a look and see which one's the most effective. We're basing that off of what we think they're going to pick. So if they're heavy cavalry and archer, then we can expect that they're probably going to pick something that's beneficial for heavy cavalry and archers. So we don't know exactly what they're going to pick, but if I had to guess, maybe shock action or maybe skirmishing, perhaps, or perhaps even bottleneck. So we're going to want something that does well against that, and I think we should do the phalanx because that does give the shock action and the cavalry skirmish. Yeah, I think that would probably be the best way to go. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's do the phalanx, guys, the rhino, and hopefully it performs well. All right, so battle should engage here. It looks like they would have attacked us, and let's go and watch the battle. Hopefully we win here. We do have more troops than them, which is always really significant in any kind of Paradox game, and you can see we did very much win there. Excellent. So during the struggle, we lost 1,400 of our troops, and they lost 3,400, almost 3,500 of theirs. Can you see the tactic they chose? Because that would be super useful. I didn't see it when we were actually battling, which is kind of a shame. Their general sucks too, so that's something to consider. All right, yeah, I didn't see it. That's a bummer, because that would be nice to know, because next time we can pick a tactic based on what they picked this time and hope they pick the same thing. Let's go and move our guy back over here. Once again, and have to restore our troubles there. We're at 3 here for war score. This is going to take a little while, guys. It's going to be a long conflict, even against a little power like this. Largely just, what, we should also have another. We're going to go ahead and build another army to send over there. I think that would be wise. So a lot of different ways to build armies up. You can build, of course, to the general there. You can also build through here, the macro builder, or you can do it in the province. The macro builder typically is the easiest one if you're not going to build to a general, because we want 2 separate armies here because, we can't. This is going to take forever doing it this way. And we have the manpower and money, so might as well. So let's go ahead and recruit a bit of troops. I don't know what all we can recruit here, but this is where I want to do it, because I want to say that, we can recruit there as well. That's fine. It doesn't matter which one we have to recruit to that I'm looking at. So let's go and get some archers. Okay, we want him over here. Probably the closest we can get him would be best. So build some archers there, and also let's build one more archer right there. Get some can we get these guys here? We cannot. We don't have camels there. Do we have camels? They're way over there. No camels for us then. How about some heavy cav? No, can't build here. We don't have any horses anywhere around here, so not gonna be able to do that. Yeah, don't have iron here as well. Horse archers. Looks like it's gonna be a lot of light infantry, guys. Light infantry and archers will lead the way, apparently. So let's get camels then here. That's pretty much the closest that we can do, so that we have some camels. And then we'll do archers throughout here, and then a bit of light infantry too, since that's apparently all I can get. Yeah, we don't have any horses here. I want it close by though. I don't want them building too far away. And let's build about here. There we go. All right, so that should be 15. I didn't really count it, but 1, 2, whatever. It's close enough. Close enough to 15. And then we'll go ahead and attack up this way and see how that goes. See what we can do there. All right, so let's go and get all the troops moved over here. These guys can go ahead and start attacking. Let's get them attacking over there. And then we're just going to assemble all of the troops over to here. They're going to be taking attrition the entire time, but that's okay. We're going to give them a commander. Once again, it's going to be a shitty commander, but we just don't have very good commanders here. Used to playing as Rome, man, which Rome has, you know, so much better commanders. Ptolemy the Generous. Ptolemy I Soter simply cannot help himself. Lavish parties, feasts, and banquets are held regularly for the entire capital at his own expense. Hurrah for Ptolemy. And he gains the generous trait. So just taking a look. I don't think we've looked at our traits yet. Oh. Also, we haven't done this yet. We don't really have the power to do this at the moment. Yeah. Well, we do have a bit of oratory power, don't we? Yeah, so we could go ahead and select. Yeah, let's go ahead and get these guys selected then. Let's do the military one first, since we're at war. So essentially, your government determines which ideals you can get. Now you don't have to follow this, but if you want your little bonuses here, you know, getting the current bonus for monthly tyranny reduction and national citizen happiness, then we do have to keep this, you know, going the way they like it for our current government type, which for us would be 1 military and 2 oratory. Let's do the military one first. A lot of these are not available because our martial advances, our martial tech is not high enough. So we can do ordered retreat. Reinforcement speed is up. Army morale recovery is up. Yeah, that would be ship cost or morale of armies. Let's go and do this one, guys. I think this one would be pretty useful to have. I like the army morale recovery, so you can recover from the battles a little bit quicker. Yeah, let's go and do that. And I like, you know, that we can reinforce faster as well. That'd be super helpful too. I think I said retreat, but I meant reinforcement. Can we get another one? We can. All right, so this one is going to be an oratory ideal. This is a reduction of corruption, increased loyalty for our generals. Oh, that'd be nice. And improved opinion maximum. Let's do the monthly general and admiral loyalty. I think that would be useful. All right. We got to get our camels over here, of course. We did take this. Excellent. Let's go and continue on. Continue attacking. Try and keep this army up here on the, you know, the better area. And then I'm pretty sure I got it just right. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I get to get exactly 15. Well, what do you know? Not bad for not really counting. And one guy's not coming over here. All right, so let's go and get these guys all merged into one army. Give them a general, which I guess we'll take a look and see, because these are all level 4. Try and get somebody who might please them. I'm trying to see which are the 2. All right, so it's not. I don't think there's any. Oh, that's one right there. He's 24 years old. He works, I suppose. Sure, he's got high loyalty as well, and he's a tactician too. All right, so that's useful. All right, let's go and do the tactician. He'll be our general here. Let's go and have him start attacking across the desert. And we also might want to go ahead and give him a tactic. And skirmishing would easily be the best one for him to do. So let's go ahead and do that. That's the one he's most effective at. That might change once he gets camels, of course. One thing I wanted to take a look at is at our leader's current traits here. I'm not entirely sure, but I think all the Diadochi have a little special, you know, blood of their, you know, of their dynasty trait. So pretty good as a ruler. More research points. Of course, he has more prominence and zeal because of it. He's cautious. Very much makes sense for Ptolemy. That means we have one less martial, but unit reorganization his cost is reduced, and then he just got that generous trait that we got from that event, which increases his popularity. And he is a governor. Your ruler is always the governor of your capital province. So he'll reduce local unhappiness, and then he also gets the national citizen happiness up by 5%. So useful to know. Thought we'd share. All right, so let's continue our war here, guys. I want to get this war completed before the episode, if we can. Ooh, the Olympic Games. Once more, the renowned Olympic Games are due to occur in the city of Olympia. The traditions surrounding these games are ancient, reputedly dating back to the days of mighty Heracles himself, and they are an occasion in which all of Greece rejoices. It is our custom to send the proudest, most able young son of Egypt to compete on our behalf, and we believe we have found two ideal candidates, a son of Apollo himself by the name of Magus, and a towering Adonis of man who calls himself Spalirus? Oh, I probably butchered that. Spalirus. Something like that. Which of these fine athletes should be sent to compete in the games? I don't know how... Okay, these are researchers. These are both researchers. I don't know what trait would affect it. I have no idea what affects it. You'd think martial, right? And this seems like the most likely to impact it. We've got the ambitious guy here who's devout and selfish. He's also part of that family that is scorned right now. And then, of course, we have this guy here with the difficult name who is proud, greedy, steadfast, and unnoticeable. Nobody notices him. All right, so as far as martial goes, that's what I'm going to go off of. And so we're going to go ahead and send that guy because we want to win. We want him to be successful. So let's go ahead and send the guy with the challenging name. And if nobody can pronounce his name, then you'd think that would make him have a better chance of winning. Maybe not. Maybe the judges were like, wouldn't want him to win because they don't want to have to pronounce his name. Although you'd assume that they're not as incompetent as me. Oh, look at that. Mercenaries right there. So these are the mercenary armies. Mercenaries, unlike other Paradox games, so we need to continue on. Oh, we're getting a little bit of assistance from our friends. So mercenaries in this game, unlike other Paradox games, are actually on the map, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm going to send all these guys over to here. So they're on the map, and you can hire them right off of the map. And yeah, you just click on them and say, I wanna hire this dude. And they start with 0 morale. That was a change that was made to kind of balance things out. And oh, there they are right there. They're going to attack us. It looks like we will lose that attack. We would probably want to go ahead and support it, but you know what? Let's finish that, and then we'll support it. Oh, we can't go from here. Why the hell not? He's not connected? Is there a reason why I can't go from here? Oh, because of the fort. That's why. Okay, so that makes sense. So we're going to have to go here to help him out. I don't know if we're going to get there in time. We could retreat. I suppose that's an option, but I'm not going to retreat. We don't retreat. We're getting camels anyway, and you know camels win all the fights. So we are losing that battle because of it. We're getting more dudes in there. I think the battle just finished up. Leading from the front, our troops flee in abject terror before the might of our foes. Is this the general? That is the general there. He believes that they may have a better chance to escape and rally if he leads a diversionary charge against our foe. Dare we let him? Yeah, I say it is the right thing to do. And he can gain the brave trait. 40% chance. 40% chance he gains popularity, and 20% chance he just dies. All right, well, I say it's the right thing to do. Do we find out what happened there? We don't. So we did lose the battle. We lost 2,000. They lost 754. Not really surprising, I suppose. And we're probably going to want to go and pull those guys back now. It doesn't look like we're going to catch these guys here. Yeah, they have a lot more troops than I thought they'd have there. We should probably wait any damn way. We'll just wait. Get all of our troops over here, let them get their morale back up, and then we'll attack, with all of them. These guys are going to do a shattered retreat, though. That's right. They're going to go real far back. The Olympics have concluded. These great Olympic Games have come to an end with much rejoicing and celebration. The highlight of this year's games were during the Stadion, the most ancient and revered of foot races. So Dionypos, God, this is going to be a rough series with pronunciation, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. In the last place for the majority of the race, stole the victory by mere moments. After Simmias tripped and fell, causing all the athletes behind him to join him on the floor. Overall, the victor was declared to be a guy, first-time winner of the Olympics, whose brawn, virility, and Heraclean victory are beyond compare. He will go down in the annals of history as a champion Olympiad. So, we did not win, essentially. That's what I'm saying here. All right, better luck next time, my friend. All right, so, yeah, they do have quite a few troops over here. Where is the fort? Let's just take a look. The fort's right there, so we need to take that. All right, and let's go ahead and send the. Can we get these guys to get out of here? Yeah, let's get them out of here. Have all of our camels kind of come here, and it looks like they are going to attempt to engage us. Can I get out of there in time? Looks like that is not possible. So instead, we're going to have to reinforce. Can I attack them there before they get there? 7th of November, 14th of November, no chance. They might actually defeat us here, but you know what? It's fine. It is absolutely fine. And then we'll go ahead and put these guys. Let's have them go. Oh, they're already going. All right, it's all right. So yeah, they're kind of. Oh, they decided not to do it. Well, that was wise of you. All right, and now they're gonna attack again. We'll see if we can't get them to sit there and just take attrition then. Yeah, because they're taking attrition this whole time. They can't possibly have as much manpower as we do. So where'd our army go? They're still way over here. How far back are they going? They're going right over there. All right, that's okay. We'll just wait until we can get them back over here. A venomous tongue. A lot of events firing. The governor of Philistia is a particularly weasel-like man. Is that this guy? Why is he weasel? Oh, he's dumb. Silver-tongued. All right. And he's in mourning as well. How sad he lost somebody, a loved one. The fact that is making itself clear now more than ever, he has begun stirring up the people of his governorate, perhaps hoping to challenge our rule. Unfortunately, he is well regarded in this locale. Our response must be made with care. So we cannot move against him, and he will lose 50 loyalty. The debt of treason must be paid, and then we can imprison him, and he would decrease his loyalty. Well, he's going to be a massive problem. He's got 75 loyalty, and then we're talking about reducing it by 50. Why does it say? Oh, that's the province. The province's loyalty. Okay, I see. So it doesn't have anything to do with him losing loyalty. He's got 75. All right. So either way, they're going to lose a lot of loyalty. We say that we cannot move against him then. I thought it was him that loses loyalty. So I might end up having problems with him in the future. They are going to attack us there. All right, let's go ahead and support our guys here. See if we can't get a victory here. That would result in maybe a win, perhaps. Clearly I didn't send enough troops over here. We're going to continue doing the phalanx move, though I do want to see what they currently have, if that's changed at all. They have a lot of cav units, as well as the light infantry. But phalanx, I think, would do well against either cavalry skirmish or shock action. So once again, we're going to go ahead and stay with the current tactic. And let's take a look at how this is going. So we have only 100% discipline to their 105. That's kind of major. Looking at their tactics is what I really want to see. We're both doing... Okay, I'm doing phalanx, and they're doing skirmishing. Remember, phalanx is... I don't think that... Yeah, that doesn't help against the regular skirmish. Yeah, there's no real modifiers for either one of these, so the tactics are not affecting it, as we can see over here at the 0%. We got the dice roll. Okay, so this is the current battle here. Let it go. It's really hard to say who's going to win this. It does seem like we have a slight advantage, and now with the camels in there, that's it. Camels win it all, of course. We already knew that. Oh, we do need to get a researcher to replace that guy that I sent off. My bad. Oops. So let's go ahead and place. We can always place him back as well. We've got all these guys in a researching position. We'll go ahead and replace him here, but we finally have a decent general. So we're going to want to move him over here as soon as we finish up this battle. Hopefully nobody became loyal to him. None of the cohorts there. And we finished up the battle. We killed 4,100, lost 2,700. All right, it's a win. Victory. Victory. All right, so what we're going to want to do is let's go ahead and take the camels and pull them back here. And then we're going to want to take the army here, move them over here, and this is where they'll kind of meet up. And then this army here, we're going to go and replace him. Let me make sure he doesn't have anybody in. Nope, nobody loyal. Excellent. So let's go and replace him because he's garbage. And put this other guy in charge. And he is aggressive. Ooh, nice. Oh, and he gets a camel discipline modifier. Okay. And he's merciful. All right. That means he gets less slaves. All right, so yeah, we're going to place him in charge. That should result in our army performing far, far better. And then we're going to go straight to the fortification because the fort, once we take it, will take all these provinces for us. So let's go take the fortification while we get the rest of these troops building up again. And it's fine that we're lacking a commander for right now. And a white peace is imminent. Oh, because we failed to challenge the occupation here, which is surprising. I thought we had at least challenged it. Apparently not. You only have a little bit of time to get your wars done, or you're forced into a white peace, unfortunately. So we do have an offer for a trade here, and this would give us a bonus. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and accept that just because we get that nice research point bonus. Oh, but that's trading away our papyrus, though, in Memphis. So that would be down here. So we do have papyrus down here. But it only increases the local tax. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I want the benefit, because we're not getting it for the exporting. So let's go ahead and do that. Research points. Super useful. Alright, so this army is now over here. Let's get them moving. And then we'll likely place... Okay, we can't change him out just yet. We have to wait a few more months. Alright, so we're going to try and take this fort. That's going to take a while, of course. Try and get that fort knocked out. That'll kind of give us all this region here. And then hopefully that'll result in that disappearing. I'm not entirely sure, though, if we have to take that fort or not. And we are currently negative 21% towards getting that done. Alright, so once we get all these troops over here, we'll go ahead and have them form up and then kind of attack over this way. And another offer. They want to trade for wine. Alright, and that would reduce the army, or increase army maintenance, or reduce army maintenance costs, excuse me. Just throwing words out there with no regard to what they mean. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Sure, they can have our goods. I like those bonuses. I suppose they do give the local bonuses, which are better, but you also get money. You get the commerce as well. We could do that decision, and we're earning so much money. I think it would be worth it. Let's do the lighthouse. Hell yeah. The building of the lighthouse begins. All right, and this should be kind of event oriented, I assume. But I know that it does pop up on the map as well. So you guys can read that if you so desire. We will read this event, though. We have sent for workers to help in the building of the Pharaoh's lighthouse from far and wide. As the largest building known to man, we hope this will become the shining beacon of the civilized world. In just a few weeks, the progress of the lighthouse will begin properly. We expect a few complications as the development unfolds, but hopefully we will see the lighthouse raised soon enough. Okay, awesome. So we should be able to see the lighthouse once it's finished building, which would be awesome. Because those do pop up on the map, those little special buildings. All right, so we have our troops over here. Let's go ahead and merge them. I think we're waiting on, or we're not waiting on them. We lost a few, didn't we? Or maybe we didn't, and yeah, we lost camels. God damn it, the camels, man. We lost a few camels. 12,000's fine, I suppose. Yeah, I guess that's all right. And let's go ahead and do... You know what, we're going to stay in the skirmishing. That's absolutely okay. And we will go ahead and see if we can't change commander. We can now. We are in April. And get the level 5 guy here. Because he's slightly better, I want to say. Oh yeah, that guy's garbage. So let's go ahead and change him out. And then we're going to go ahead and attack over here, I suppose. We can't because of the fort. Alright. Well, let's just move over here then. And support these guys. We'll take that province. It would have got taken anyway once we took the fort. But the main benefit here, of course, is that if they attack us here, we can send another 12,000 troops to support them. Maybe I threw them here. Oh, we have all the camels here. All right, I see. Yeah, my bad, guys. I put the camels there. All right, so we're going to move the camels over here. And we do have an invention to knock out. Probably should do something for our army. Military tech investment. Do we have anything else for the army? Yeah, I do want to do technology, but we already did one for the technology. Let's do another one for the army. We'll do the military tech investment then, specifically, and then we'll do the one that gives the benefit for all the techs. And anything else that we need to be aware of over here. We do have pretender support, of course. It's unfortunate. And I guess we'll take a look and see. I think that's in government here. Take a look and see. Yeah, we have 2 supporters here for these 2. All right, that's not enough support to really cause us any problems, hopefully. As far as power goes, if we have anything that we can get here, we could increase... No, not quite. Can't quite increase stability just yet, I believe. I think it needs to be a little bit higher than that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we need 264. And I don't think there's anything else we want to do up here just yet. No, we're good to go. We'll wait. How much do we need to be able to change this out? Oh, that's 50. We could get something here. All right, well, let's go and get one, although none of these are super exciting. I guess we'll do the monthly corruption one. We can always change those out. Alright, so hopefully you get this soon. I wish it told you like when you have to get the war being considered contested, because this should be the war goal. I think I declared war on that one. That's the one I clicked on. And we won! Excellent. That did not get rid of the white piece. So I think you have to take all the provinces, all the cities of that province. So we'd have to take these 2. So I think that's why we're getting that. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of beeline towards getting those done. The fort is going to take these ones here. We've already taken that one. Let's go ahead and have these guys move over to this one here, and then these troops here will go, oops, my bad, over to that one. We'll try and grab these up, and then we should have all of the, oh, we don't even need that one, actually. Oh, shit, hold up. Got some troops there. Probably don't want to fight them just yet. Until we get the other guys over here. And there we go. Let's go move over there now. They're taking that for us. Excellent. Should have, and yeah, we got our allies here knocking stuff out as well. I thought I'd merge these two. Apparently I didn't. We'll go ahead and take care of that here in a minute. Grab that one up. And once we get, like I said, once we get this one right there, that should result in us not having to worry about that anymore. I wanted to go ahead and merge those ones. There we go. All right. So just one more. It looks like that guy's going to work on that for us, but we'll go ahead and send another guy over there anyways. Oh no, somebody died. One of the pops died. We killed one. So just need that one. Okay, he's not taking that one for us. All right, so I'm glad I sent this guy over there. And then that should result in this going away here. The speech of a successor. As the ruler of the one true successor to the great empire of Alexander, Ptolemy I Soter steps up on a podium in front of our countrymen, delivers inspiring speech. He brings up the many empowering properties of the old conqueror, but he decides to bring up one topic in particular. So this is just basically gives us one power. Well, let's do the great campaigns then, of course. So we can get that military power. The reason why we want the military power is so that we can get the, if I can find it here, go ahead and get a tradition, which we need 800 power for. I don't know which branch we're going to go down just yet. I don't know if we'll have it in time to even get it in this episode because we're almost done here. I want to go ahead and grab these provinces up. There we go. It did go away. Excellent. So they're grabbing that. Let's go ahead and attack over here. I want to try and annex all of them if we can in one war. That'd be the best way to make this happen. These guys are attempting to attack there. That was kind of silly. Yeah, not entirely sure why that happened, but let's go ahead and do this attack. This time I need to see what tactic. Oh, I did see what tactic they were using last time. And it does look like we get the advantage. We're using the phalanx. They're using the shock action as we expect them to be, which means we're getting a nice 14% modifier against them. Awesome. They still have the discipline, though. Discipline results in you doing more damage. So they're doing more damage to us, essentially. Experience results in you getting less damage. You take less damage, your units. We did win that. It does look like they lost 4,500 and we lost 2,600. Excellent. So getting those battles knocked out. And these guys are done here. Let's go and keep on moving. I'm going to try and get these guys conquered. There's only a few more provinces left to go, but the problem here is, of course, we have some fortifications that we got to take. There's a fortification like right there that we got to get taken. So let's go ahead and... I should probably beeline straight to the fortification, but we need to keep these armies together because I don't know how many troops they have left here. So let's just keep on moving down there. Remember, we have our army of 20,000 right there. Complications with materials. A large crash followed by the panic of our workers happens as some of the lighthouse falls out of the middle of construction. It seems some of the materials received are barely usable and unsafe to keep at best. Our foreman asked for the funds necessary to buy replacements, while Manalus point out that we have materials in another nearby cities we could use. So we do want it to continue unhindered. We don't want it to be hindered by the low quality materials. So we can either say these materials are in some of our other cities, which would result in us losing civic power. Yeah, it's clear we want to do this one. It would put us in the negative, though. I mean, we'd be out of it again pretty quickly. It would affect our military a little bit. But you know what? Let's do this. There are some penalties here in the deficit, though. Yeah, that's a bummer. So we resulted in losing a little bit of population growth. So that's a shame. Instead of getting like an EU4, when you go in the negatives, you take a loan. I guess I don't think there's any loans in the game. And instead you just get like money from somewhere else, which I kind of like better because I didn't like the loan system of the EU4. Wasn't very good in my opinion. So I like it better, but it does result in you having like a negative penalty for letting yourself go in the deficit, which is a shame. They should have some form of loan system in the game, I feel, but I understand why they don't. So these guys are gonna go straight to there. They might end up engaging the troops that could very well be here. We're almost done though, guys. Just a couple more provinces here. It ends right there. They could always hire these mercenaries. I bet they're broke though. Yeah, I bet they don't have any monies. All right, we can also go ahead and increase stability. So let's go and do that. All right. So getting these knocked out, we'll have this guy come around here and then grab these two. And they're going to go straight to their capital, or to their one fortification right here. They are running from us. They do not want it. They're not interested, guys. All right, let's go and have these guys come. Oh, better take that one first. I'm thinking this is Hearts of Iron, thinking I take it automatically. All right, so almost done. We're at 99. We could probably annex them now. I don't think we actually need to take over all of it. Let's take a look and see if we don't, because that would be nice if we didn't have to do that. I want to take everything. No, it's got to be occupied. Okay, that's fine. We'll occupy it. I want to get these guys wrapped up in one conflict. Can we do it in one conflict? I didn't even look to see if we would have enough war score to do all of it. There's the aggressive expansion. Yeah, this is not high war score. So yeah, we could do it. All right, let's knock that out. Where's the army at? Yeah, not entirely sure where he went. All right, well, let's go ahead and start working on that, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know where his army went. He fled, like a coward. I guess he fled into this allied territory. Yeah, he's right there. He don't want none of it. Minister of Excellence. Lysipos, in a fine display of financial acumen, has made significant alterations to the national budget. We should expect to see much better revenue this year. All right. So in this one, we get a national tax modifier. We could also just reward him, which would result in him getting a bit of loyalty. And he is not anybody really important. And then he'll get the money instead. Well, let's do the actual tax modifier, of course. We can get an invention. Let's go and knock one out. Let's try to see here. Which one would be best? I kind of want to do the one that gets the technology speed up. Yeah, let's do that. And that would also help us unlock new tech soon. All right, so we just need to win there. Oh, and we need to win over here as well. We don't need to win right there, I don't think. I think we just need to take the fort there, and then we wrap it up. All right, so let's go on to speed 5 so we can get this done, because, yeah, this is definitely the end of the episode here, guys. We got the cult of Serapis. As rulers of a foreign people, we have not always been embraced with open arms. The Egyptian clergy in particular harbor a deep resentment to our Hellenic gods. The Serapis cult, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but mixes a number of elements of Hellenistic and Egyptian religion into a new syncretic faith. By promoting this cult in our state, we could perhaps bridge the gap between the Macedonian settlers and the Egyptian populace. By promoting this small cult to the faith of our kingdom, we might also shape it and use it to the benefit of our dynasty. Well. So we can embrace it. We would lose substantial legitimacy, though. Good God. And that would change our religion. We get a little modifier here. Okay, and we also gain a priest as well. He gets a modifier. Okay, or we could say we cannot bend to foreign influence, which would increase technology speed. He will lose his position in government. Or we can say, let us fully embrace the Egyptian heritage. That would change us completely to Egyptian, and we would adopt the religion. We'd, of course, lose legitimacy as well, and we'd get some unrest lost as well. And all Hellenic characters would lose. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I mean, this one's nice and all, where it blends them, but man, that's a lot of legitimacy to lose. Quite a bit. You know what? I think I might do it any damn way. I say let's go and embrace it, guys. I think that kind of fits with what we want to do here. We're going to lose a lot of legitimacy. That's going to be costly. That's going to be really costly. And we could face some serious problems. Supporter for pretenders is going to go up by quite a bit because of that, unfortunately. So you'll notice all these are going to be lower as well. All right, well, it's still above 50. I think it goes from a negative 100 to 100. So unlike in EU4. So I think it's fine. And let's go ahead and bring this guy over here, just in case these guys attack here. We do have low numbers there, so it's having another army there would be helpful. And do we want to do this one? Olives. Not currently exporting it, so that would increase national slave happiness, and we get a bit of money. And which province is that in? I have no idea where that is, so we're just going to click on stuff like crazy, actually, because I don't have any idea which one of our provinces it is. All right, so it's not important. I say yes. Because I can't find the province to say if that's one that we wanted to do or not. All right, so trying to get this knocked out, guys, so I can end the episode. I want to be able to finish the conflict. I think it would be a fantastic place. And we have won the siege. Excellent. And that did gain a bit of popularity. We got some pops as well. All right, so now we can go ahead and make peace where we annex them completely. It does result in a ton of aggressive expansion, but I'm okay with that for right now. Let's go ahead and say okay. We have annexed them. Now, whenever you annex anybody, you get to deal with their families, like for their families, and you can kind of decide, if you want to, kill them, or if you want to bring them, welcome into your empire as citizens, and then you get new families. We got plenty of families. We have scorned families right now, so there's no reason to bring new families in at this moment. So if we do this, we do gain popularity. You can reduce some of your aggressive expansion by saying banishing those, and we do have so much aggressive expansion. I think we're going to do that. Our ruler's pretty popular, I'd say, so yeah, he's pretty popular. I don't see any reason to do that one. Let's just try and reduce the aggressive expansion a bit and just banish him. I think that's the best way to do that. All right, so still got this damn loud vehicles going by, but that is going to be the end of the episode. That's really what I wanted to do here in this first one. We were able to conquer that. We expanded our territory. So next, we can either choose to deal with the territories here in the south to secure, since we have secured our western flank. These are all, you'd have to colonize these, but we don't have anywhere near enough pops. We only have 3 pops in this current city, so it's going to be a little while before we can colonize, but the western flank is secure. So the next flank that we might want to secure is the southern one, with either an alliance, which you can't really ally them because they're too small. We could guarantee them, do other things to try and make sure that they remain friendly to us so that we can concentrate on our main enemies, which would, of course, be Antigonus. So that's one option, to attack them, or we can, deal with them diplomatically. Either way, though, we need to secure that flank so that we can then focus, and we do have too many troops here. God damn it, I'm losing troops here. I didn't realize I had too many. The problem is that our troops weigh more than that. That's right. I'm still in EU4 mode or any other Paradox game. It's not just based on the number of troops, it does based on the composition of those troops. So that's the reason why we're actually over it, because our unit weight is 24.5, supply limit is 24. So we're just barely over it. If we moved 1 unit out, then that would be fine. So we do need to do that because we're losing a little bit, not a lot, but we're losing a little bit of manpower there. We're also going to want to move these troops out of here as well, because this is a terrible place for troops. So we're going to move them as well. But yeah, that's the first episode. I hope you guys did enjoy this first look at Paradox's new game. You see that Rome's already expanding as well. We'll try and keep an eye on the rest of the world, see how things are going, make sure we keep an eye on our enemies. It looks like they are currently at conflict, and they have lost some territory, interestingly enough. They're at war with these guys here. All right, so that's typically, they could typically get kind of distracted. Seleucus does, for at least historically he did, and then I noticed in the game he often does as well. Typically it's distracted in the east here. There's an event though that can result in peace with these two, and he gets some elephants for it if he decides to do it. And he's typically distracted with the east for a little while before he comes over here, which I think is awesome, because that's exactly what happened historically as well. And then he wasn't really as involved for a little while, but once he did, of course, then Antigonus was, he was kind of done for, because he's surrounded by enemies. Of course, he's got his enemies up here, he's got us, and then he's got them as well. So definitely interested to see how this develops. I hope you guys did enjoy this first episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on our videos, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Maybe go check out some of our other content. I have like a ton of Paradox content on the channel. We did an EU4 series a few months ago. We got a CK2 one. We started a little while ago that we're still kind of doing like one video a week. That's been really fun. It's a role play series. Maybe check that out. I mostly play Hearts of Iron 4 on the channel though. So if you're new to the channel and you do like Hearts of Iron 4, there's a lot of content in that regards, like 20 something different campaigns. So you should be able to find something that you like if you enjoy Hoi 4 content. And I do play other strategy games. I play a lot of other games as well. If you like games outside of strategy, play games in all different genres. So you should be able to find something on our front page that you might want to watch. And then this will be a daily series. These videos will be coming out every day. I don't put videos out on Monday with the exception of a new series. I'm going to try and have a video this Monday for this series. But then after that, I typically don't do videos on Monday just because I work all day and night on Sunday. And again, leave a comment. I do read and reply to all comments. I love talking to you guys. I always like hearing from you. And then the last thing is links. If you're looking for any links, they're in the description of any of our videos. You're going to find links to our social media, Facebook, Twitter. You're also going to find links to PayPal or our Patreon if you're looking to support the channel. And then finally, we have a Discord channel that we'd love to see you join. So we got a pretty good community there. Links for that are in the description as well. I'm getting all distracted looking at the beautiful map here. It's such a beautiful map. It's fantastic. I love it. But yeah, definitely looking forward to continue playing as Egypt. We do need to build our navy up. We got that wood there, and then I completely forgot to actually start building the ships. So we will do that next episode. Definitely excited to continue playing, and thanks for watching, guys.